Hi everyone. In this video, we will be discussing a famous interview question, burn a tree. So here we are given a binary tree which has unique nodes and a start node from where the tree will start to burn. So we have to find the time that it takes to burn the whole tree. It is also given that it takes 1 minute for the fire to travel from the burning node to its adjacent node and burn down the adjacent node. Let's take an example. So we are given this tree and let's say the start node is A. So at t equal to 0, we burn this node. So at t equal to 1, both the adjacent nodes of A will be burned down. Now the fire will reach the adjacent nodes of D and Z. So at t equal to 2, these three nodes H, L and B will be burned down. And then fire will propagate to the adjacent nodes. So at t equal to 3, the nodes K, P and C will be burned down. So if we start the fire at A, it will take 3 minutes to burn down the entire tree. Let's take one more example. So let's say the start node is D. So we start the burn from node D. So t equal to 0, we are at node D. Now at t equal to 1, the fire will reach A, H and L. So here important point to note is that fire can travel up the tree as well. So if we start fire at D, fire will go up the tree to node A as well. Now at t equal to 2, the fire will reach Z and K and P. Now at t equal to 3, fire will reach B, and at t equal to 4, fire will reach C. So the time it takes to burn down the entire tree if we start the burn at D is 4. Let's take one more example. So now we start the fire at node C. So it takes 1 minute to go till B, then 1 minute to go till Z, then at t equal to 3 fire reaches A, then at t equal to 4 it reaches D, then at t equal to 5 it burns H and L, and at t equal to 6 it burns K and P. So it takes 6 minutes to burn down the entire tree if we start the burn from node C. So you will be given a tree and a start node, and you have to find out how much time will it take to burn down the entire tree. Now let's see how we can do this. So one important point is that fire can travel up the tree as well. So basically the fire can travel in 3 directions: left, right and up. But when we are given a binary tree, it has only 2 nodes. So it has left node and it has right node. So if we have to solve this, we need a mechanism to travel up the tree as well. So the first step of the algorithm is that we have to compute the parent node of each of the node of the tree. So how can we do this? So we have seen that we can traverse the tree in BFS or DFS manner. So if we traverse the tree in these manners, we can save the parent of each of the nodes. So the algorithm for burn a tree is divided into 2 parts. In the first part, we do a BFS traversal from root and store parent of each node in a map. So we start the traversal from root and we traverse the entire tree. So when we are doing the traversal, we'll store the parent of each of the nodes in a map. So now we have left pointer of each node, right pointer and the up pointer which we can fetch from the map. So once we have obtained this information, now in the second step, we'll again do the BFS traversal in 3 directions starting from the start node. So we'll start from node D and we'll do BFS traversal in 3 directions. So this is left, this is right and this is up. And we'll count the time it takes to traverse the entire tree. So that will give us the time taken to burn the entire tree. Now let's check both of these steps individually. So in the first step, we do the BFS from root to set parent of each node. So this is the root node. So we start the BFS traversal from root node to find out the parent of each node. we need to store parents in a map. So we'll create a hash map in which the key will be the child node and the value will be the parent node. And then we'll do the BFS traversal. So this is simple BFS traversal which I've already explained in my many videos. I will link one of those videos in the description and in the top right corner. So the only part different here is that we'll store this child to parent mapping in the BFS traversal. So these blue lines, so this is the only extra part that we are doing here. So as we know in the BFS traversal, we traverse level by level. So when we are at D, we can find out that parent of D is A. Parent of Z is also A, parent of H is D, L is D, parent of B is Z, K is H, parent of P is also H, and parent of C is also P. So this all entries will be present in this map, which is basically parent. So in the first step, we have done the BFS traversal from root and we have found out all the child to parent mappings and we have stored it in a data structure map. So once we have done that, now comes step 2. So in step 2, we again do a BFS traversal, but now we start from the given start node. So here the start node is D. So we do the BFS traversal now from node D and we do BFS in 3 directions. So we do in up and left and right. So left and right pointers are already there in the binary tree and the up pointer we can take from the map that we have created in the first step. So we create a queue of pairs. So the first element of the pair is the tree node and the second is the integer, which is basically a time, the time it takes to burn this node. So let's say we create a queue and we push start node, which is D, and 0 in the queue. We keep track of visited nodes. So let's say we keep a visited set in which we'll add all the visited nodes. So we'll push start to visited. So we'll push D here. And we keep a result variable which is tree burn time. So this is the final result which will be calculated in this function. So we run a while loop till queue is not empty. We check front of the queue. So let's say node is D and the time is 0. And then we pop from the queue. So the queue is empty. Then we compute tree burn time, which is the maximum of tree burn time and time. So it is 0. Then we check if left of node. So left of D is H and it is not present in visited. So we push H and time plus 1 in the queue. So we push H comma 1 in the queue and we add node left, which is H in visited. Then we check node right, which is L, and L is also not present in visited. So we push L comma 1 in the queue. Then we check if parent of D is not present in visited. So in the previous step, we calculated parent of each of the nodes. So if we write it down here, so parent of D is A and it is not present in visited. So we push A comma 1 in the queue and we add A to the visited. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is H comma 1. So node becomes H and time is 1. The tree burn time is maximum of 0 comma 1. So it becomes 1. Then we check left of H, which is K, and K is not present in visited. So we push K comma 2 in the queue and we add K to visited. Then we check right of H, which is P. P is not in visited. So we push P comma 2 in the queue and we add P to visited. Then we check parent of H, which is D. So D is already in visited. So this if statement is false. We have added visited check because we do not want to evaluate a vertex more than once. So for example, parent of H and L both is D. So the up pointer of both H and L will point to D. So in order to avoid these situations, we have kept visited set so as to evaluate a vertex only once. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is L, 1. Then we check tree burn time, so it is maximum of 1, 1, so it remains 1. Then we check left of L, which is null. So this if condition is false. We check right of L, which is also null. And then we check parent of L, which is D. So D is already in the visited, so this if condition is also false. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is A, 1. Tree burn time is maximum of 1, 1. We check left of A, which is D, but D is already invested, so this if condition is false. We check right of A, which is Z. So now we push Z, 2 in the queue. And we add Z to visited. Then we check parent of Z. So parent of Z is A, but A is already invested, so this if condition is false. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is K, 2. We pop it from the queue. Now we compute tree burn time, which is maximum of 1, 2. So tree burn time becomes 2. We check left of K, which is null. So this if condition is false. We check right of K, which is null. Then we check parent of K, which is H, but H is already invested, so this if condition is false. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is P, 2. We calculate tree burn time, so it is maximum of 2, 2, so it remains unchanged. Then we check left of P, which is null, so this if condition is false. Right of P is also null, and parent of P is H. H is already invested, so this if condition is also false. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is Z, 2. We pop from the queue. We compute the tree burn time, so it remains 2. We check left of Z, which is B. So we push B, 3 in the queue. And we add B to the visited. Then we check right of Z, which is null. And then we check parent of Z, which is A. So A is already invested, so this if condition is false. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is B, 3. We pop from the queue. Now the tree burn time is maximum of 3, 2, so it becomes 3. We check left of B, which is null. We check right of B, which is C. So we push C, 4 in the queue. And we add C to visited. Then we check parent of B. So parent of B is Z, but Z is already invested, so this if condition is false. In the next step, we check front of the queue, which is C, 4. We pop it from the queue. The tree burn time is now maximum of 3, 4, so it becomes 4. We check left of C, so this is null. We check right of C, this is also null. And parent of C is B, but B is already invested, so this if condition is also false. So in the next iteration, we check this while condition, so now the queue is empty. So this while loop terminates and the tree burn time has been calculated as 4. So if we start the fire from node D, it takes 4 minutes to burn down the entire tree. So once you've understood the algorithm, let's have a look at the implementation. All the source code that I'll be showing is available in my GitHub repository, link of which is available here and as well as in the description. Now let's have a look at the code. So in the main function, I've created this tree. Then I've called this function burn tree and I passed root node and a start node. In this function burn tree, I create a map which is basically a child to parent mapping, and I call this function set parents, so which is basically a BFS traversal starting from the root node. So in this function, I'm doing a BFS traversal and I'm storing the child to parent mapping in this map parent. Also the start is basically the value of the node, so we need to find the start node. So while doing the BFS traversal, if any node value matches the start value, I store the pointer to that node in the start node. and in this parent I'm storing the child to parent mappings. So after this function call ends, all the child to parent mappings are present in the parent. So after we have signed out all the parents, we again do a BFS traversal from the start node. So here I've created a queue of pairs. So first element of the pair is the node and the second is the burn time. So for the start node, it burns at t equal to 0. So I pushed start node comma 0 in the queue. I've also kept a visited unordered set in which I've inserted the start node. So now we do start the BFS traversal from the start node. We check front of the queue, we pop it, and in each iteration, we find out what is the maximum burn time. So we have tree burn time is equal to maximum of tree burn time comma time. So now we do BFS traversals in 3 direction. We go left, right and up. We check if left is not equal to null and it is not present in the visited set. If it is not present, we'll push left of node and time plus 1 in the queue and we'll add it in the visited set. Similarly for right, we'll push right of node and time plus 1 in the queue. And then for up, we'll check if the parent of this node is present in the map and that is not visited. If it is the case, we'll push parent of this node and time plus 1 in the queue and we'll add it to the visited set. At the end of this while loop, we'll have the maximum burn time in this variable tree burn time. So this is our answer and we'll print it in the main function. So I've called this function burn tree for 3 different start nodes A, D and C. So it will find out the time it takes to burn the tree if we start burning from node A or from D or from C. Now let's check the output of this program. So we can see if we start the burn from node A, it takes 3 minutes. If we start from D, it takes 4 minutes. And if we start from C, it takes 6 minutes. So that was all for this video. If you like my content, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. It really motivates me to make more such content. And until next time, this is Sandeep Thapar signing off.